So here we are just a few days before inauguration of a new president, and for all intents and purposes, a new era in American history. So within the next few days, months, and sometime for the foreseeable future, Americans will go to work every morning with different views, different experiences the night before. And they'll be asked to work together to create new products, to build their companies, to add value, to serve the community, to serve nonprofits, to serve in the military, and all of the other organizations that make America run. And it's probably safe to say that as they join at the water cooler, they'll be having different thought bubbles above their head. Now, the question is always, how will we make the best workplaces, make the best communities when we're so divided in our thoughts, our feelings, and our reactions to everything that goes on? So I've really struggled. Literally, this has been a very difficult campaign cycle. It's been a very difficult election. And as the inauguration draws closer, I have been struggling to find that big, powerful idea that could help move people forward. And this is what I landed on. I am reminded of the Stockdale paradox, and it's named for Navy officer Jim Stockdale, who was a prisoner of war in Vietnam for over 7 years. He was tortured, and he was in a prisoner of war camp with other prisoners who frankly did not make it. And because he was able to make it home, they really examined and got to the core of what was it that helped him to survive very difficult times. And what we learned from him is brilliant. His ability to survive, and I think our ability to survive and thrive, whatever the future holds, depends on our ability to do two important things. Number one, be very clear and realistic about what is actually going on. I actually resist some of my colleagues, motivational speakers, whoever, who try to paint this Pollyanna notion that everything is okay. Everything is not okay in America. There are people who are in real danger. We've seen that any number of times. We've seen people who were being victimized and attacked before this election, and it has increased since the election. So no, things are not okay, and we need to not pretend that they are. And while we are crystal clear that this is not business as usual, things are not okay, there are people in our community who are at risk. We need to fight and be willing to stand up for those who are underserved, for those who we see being a victim, for situations that we know are not right. Our duty is to stand up and be a voice for those people. When you see injustice happening, it's your responsibility to say something, do something, and be about something. And the second biggest principle that we learned from Vice Admiral Stockdale is that he also needed to hold on to the prevailing hope, to the idea, to the notion, and to the faith that he would actually get out of that situation alive. And he held on to that. Even in the midst of the worst of circumstances, he held on to the notion that he would get out, that he would see his wife, his family, and that he would lead a normal life. And there's something about that unwavering faith that caused him to actually carry his own sanity and to be able to be out and live a productive life afterwards. So that's the big idea that I'm offering for everyone who feels on both sides of the fence that this is going to be a rough 4 years, that things are uncertain, that we don't know what the future holds. I think our ability to survive depends on us being able to hold on to two very important ideas. Number one, this is not okay. And number two, it will be okay.